Noah is probably 11, 12 years old in this picture, a little bitty boy. And Mark Lane is in the plaid shirt, and of course I'm in the middle, and my little buddy, and that little car right there, which I'm gonna have to talk to Todd Doucette, Wayne's son.
He still got that car?
He has the car. I think I got the envy for it. It's a 37 Buick. What the reason I should have never got rid of it, it's 37, the same year I was born.
For sure.
And
which one's in better shape?
Oh, I'm in good shape. Well, I feel good. I think I'm in good shape.
You're doing good.
And Mark Lane, of course, is the voice at KVPI. Does a great job, and we'll talk more about the Swamp Pop that he
both you and Mark are slimmer than you were in that picture.
Oh, in that picture, that's correct. Lost some weight. And here is Noah today with one of his two sons, and that's Aiden. And he had come over to Mamu to visit with me on Saturday afternoon. Thank you. No, Sunday afternoon. I'm sorry.
There's the home of Slap Your Mama.
Yep. After
Cajun
Mass
seasoning?
At St. Anne's in Mamu, went over for lunch in Ville Platte, and when I passed in front, I actually passed up the place, I circled the block and came back and took a picture of Walker and Sons, famously known for Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning. And I mean,
I think they're doing well.
They have a crew that's all they do at Targill is
welcome back, Cass, a little by the way.
Is take care of the orders for Slap Your Mama. That's correct.
Wow.
And then this is the famous
world
famous. And when I say world famous, there's people from all over the world every Saturday morning from 8 o'clock when it opens till about 1:30 when it closes.
I brought a man there from Australia one time, and when we went there, to give a prize to who came the furthest. Well, some people from Point Blue thought maybe they had come from the furthest. A couple from Lake Charles thought they were going to win the prize. He'd come from Australia, and he and a guy from Taiwan, they had to battle it out to figure it out, because none of us knew who was from further, Taiwan or Australia, but my Australian friend won. When they figured it out, you had to figure out where you were from in Australia to make it work, but he had won. So.
Yeah, and of course, Tonsue is the main driving force of Fred's Lounge today, and I didn't get to see you, Tonsue. Excuse me, when we went by, y'all were closed that day. And here we are on Saturday. No, I'm sorry, Monday. It's confusing.
Y'all making gumbo.
Monday, and this is Gary Amon, who makes a delicious, and made a, we're going to show a pot. And we bought this Cajun sausage, pure pork, from Charlie's meat market, a couple of blocks from where.
And he's married to
Nanette, the manager of the office in Mamu, Louisiana. And this is the new fire box, I call it.
I don't know. For Christmas time, boy, it's nice.
David Link gave me that.
It's nice.
Recently. And look, you can smell it from here.
I think something's wrong.
In the office.
I think the pot's too small.
Yeah. It was a delicious, and these are some friends. I'll get to their names later.
All right.
You're going to see another picture of them.
And there's our photograph again.
Yeah.
That we had earlier.
Okay, and this is David and Michelle Bateman, and of course he is the hog caller. Y'all, he's won 2 titles of hog calling that he attended.
He says Suey.
Suey, but he got it all together. And this here is Shannon DeVille and Glenda, and that is Gary Amon's sister right here. And of course, all from Mamu. And Big Mamu is right. This is Perry Bertrand and Pat Reed. Big Pat.
Oh yeah.
They said he was lost. They were looking for him Mardi Gras Day. I said, just wherever the biggest man is, you can stop him. That's Pat. And he takes it as a good joke. Good morning to all of you out there. The gentleman on the left lives in Mamu. I don't think he's originally from Mamu. The gentleman on the right, both of them came over and ate last year with me. His wife is the lady who paints the faces. You know the.
Oh, Miss Manuel. No, paints the faces, not the mask.
No,
yeah, and we had her picture and his picture last year. Right. She painted his beard, I see.
They didn't come back and eat this year. I'm mad at y'all.
And of course, look at your shirt. You got a Schlitz t-shirt.
A Schlitz t-shirt. Let me tell you something.
You don't see many of those.
There's very, very few of those, and that is Steve Doge. And Steve tells me that there are 4 stores in Mamu that still sell Schlitz. You know, you can't hardly find it anymore.
He's not a distributor. He's just a fan.
He's just a fan, and look at that shirt he has. Don't wash it too often.
You're gonna make it last.
You got to make this one last. And there's our friends again, the Gutierrezes. I'll get you a picture later on. She's an attorney, and I think he's retired. And of course, this is yours truly and Vicky.
And Miss Vicky. I see you got your beads on.
Oh, you got my beads. And look,
you got your beads on from Marksville, and you got your girl from the Marksville area.
That's right. And you know what? A number of people said that's the one. That's the beads you wore on your on TV on your program. I said y'all watch pretty carefully. And of course, this is Damien. Doge, and of course Damien is the gentleman that does the beef jerky and seasoning. You remember 2 years ago I had a package that he and his wife had given me a package.
Right.
And I have that written down here somewhere. His wife's name maybe is Angie.
I didn't get any beef jerky, but I remember you got that.
I have it somewhere on here.
Okay, let's keep rolling then.
Okay, let's keep rolling. We'll come back. And this is a couple. I didn't get their names. They came in and ate barbecue on Mardi Gras Day. And then I saw them. No, that was Monday. Monday, because they ate gumbo, and I met them at the dances that night.
And we got the crew from OPAC on the right. We got Miss Belinda and Miss Lisa from the OPAC home office.
And we have Lacey and Kyle.
That's Lisa's sister, and Kyle Enoch, her husband. Of course, when you hear about the Enochs that came in on the orphan train, he's one of the descendants of the Enoch that came in on the train. It's not a big name here, but that's one of them. So that's one of you. I guess you'd call that
one of our cousins.
Almost like a cousin.
Just like a cousin. So. It's a tight knit.
And there's the chief of police.
The chief of police in the blue look facing us. And Gary Dupre, I knew his dad real well, Mr. Jake Dupre, in the insurance business.
No kidding.
His daddy died, I guess, a couple of years ago.
Look, Freddie Herpin with the Daily World.
Freddie Herpin with the Daily World.
And look at his camera. He is the cameraman. He does an
And I'm going to make a little statement right here.
Make it.
After, when we returned home Tuesday night after the parades and everything, Malcolm Lalonde was under the weather and couldn't make it, and I had a little bit of barbecue and some barbecued sausage, and we went to bring it. He says, I saw you on television a while ago. And he described the shirt I had on, and I just didn't. I said, well, maybe you saw me, but I didn't think he had. Well, watching the 10 o'clock news on Channel 10.
There you were.
There I was standing.
Talking to Freddie.
Standing next to Freddie. We were way in the background. They weren't taking our picture, but we were in the background.
And you compare our pictures in the Daily World and online, best around. Freddie's still one of the best newsmen in the photography business around.
In the business. Oh, yeah. In the business. We love him. And
some of the people out around the city.
People around the city.
Lining up for the parade.
Lining up for the big parade. And here is
another photographer.
Yep, look at that camera he's got.
I got those big Nikons. I should show up over there with my Canon just to make them sweat.
Yeah, but they'd make you look bad. And this is Mike Fuselier from Ville Platte, Louisiana. Boy, he says he loves the Mardi Gras.
And they're on the horses.
Yeah, and they were up in the tree. Last year I had a picture of it. I missed the picture. They had already made them get out of the tree.
Look them Tatars.
Yep.
Man,
some of that is in the newspapers, Daily Advertiser and the Daily World.
That's the Capitans.
Yep.
And boy, they're pretty. Oof.
And I tell you who I have. I have Honore Pete. Cadian Sales and Service. He's on a horse.
Well, look this one. You know, usually they stand on the horse, but this one stood on the truck.
Stood on the truck,
and he got some reins or something.
And he's not worried about kind of bending the hood or nothing like that. It's
well, I guess that's probably not his. He probably left the Mercedes at home.
Yeah,
that's the work truck.
And that same fella, we're going to show a picture of him coming in, and he's got a chicken in his hand.
Sunrise, and the paraders are heading out.
Heading out
to the countryside. One of the little kids running around.
Yep, watching him.
And we got the front of the OPAC office. You know, if you need some money in Mahmoud, that's the place to go. OPAC Financial. They got fresh money just going bad if you don't come borrow it.
These are my friends. That was early in the morning. They were walking on the little alley in the back of the office there. And I invited them to come and eat some barbecue. And you know what? They came. They're from Sulphur, Louisiana, both retired.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to break from the photos here. We're going to kick back to us for a minute because I got to hit a couple of sponsors again. again. We got about a dozen or so photos for the second half hour that we're going to touch too. But I want to talk about some of our sponsors. Dr. Carrie Thibodeau is a good spot to hit. Dr. Carrie Thibodeau for all your general surgery needs. If you need a board certified general surgeon, he is your man. You know, when you go see your GP, your general practitioner, he says, I think we got to do something, you know, that hernia you've got going, or this type of work, maybe that varicose veins, maybe you're not healing very well from some diabetic issues or some previous surgery you've had. You can suggest who your surgeon is going to be, and your doctor will probably suggest Dr. Carrie Thibodeau. If he don't, then you say, I like Carrie. He's a good guy, local guy. There's a lot of stuff here in the community, and a really good fella. You and I have both talked about myself and members of our family who have gone in for surgery, and Dr. Carey, when they need a second physician to be in to monitor and will almost always make himself available to help out. Right. So really good guy. If you need, he's the guy to call. And one more, how about LHC Group, all your home health care needs. After that surgery, when you head home, maybe you got a little rehab work you got to get done. Maybe you need the lift chair. Maybe you've gotten a little older where those legs aren't working as well, or the special kind of beds. Maybe you need the button to press around to call for help. Maybe you need a nurse. You need maybe some workout type stuff. You can go to their health and wellness center over here. They've got palliative care available. They've got hospice care available all through Louisiana Healthcare Group, all throughout the United States.
19 states.
It's all about helping people. What else you want to talk about? We're down to less than a minute left.
Less than a minute left.
So we're going to soon have to go to a radio break and TV break.
Okay, what about the suspected Melville bank robber arrested?
We announced the robbery last week. They've already caught the primary guy in Texas, I believe in Austin, Texas.
Amarillo. That's almost in New Mexico.
And they got photos of the other two guys. They hadn't apprehended them yet. That's your Melville police working with your sheriff's department.
Turned it over to Bobby Guitros,
and they went in.
The FBI, everybody
and they got the evidence together, DNA evidence that quick, and they've already put somebody in jail. Thank you, Sheriff.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. These guys, they were kind of, the other two guys were, one of them was from Natchitoches, Louisiana, so they had a little tie-in.
You're gonna get them.
Might find out some others.
Turn yourself in, boss.
If you, yes, that's right.
It's coming.
But they got $60-something thousand recovered when they captured this particular individual. Bars.
We'll see you folks on the other side on TV and radio of 3.